I booked this introductory call because I want to know more about your role, because you mentioned that non-classroom learning and non-traditional learning. So I want to know, I have very limited knowledge regarding this, and honestly speaking, this is very first time when I came across such kind of profile where this kind of thing mentioned, okay, non-traditional.
Yeah,
And
I
so I want to know.
I'm not anti-classroom. I think classrooms are a brilliant way to deliver practical English lessons to a
Mhm,
large number of people.
mhm.
And so, like, classrooms do have their place. I'm being a bit provocative with my language about no classrooms. However, um, there's there's a level, an English level, that you don't improve sitting in a classroom. You improve by immersion, by kind of being in different contexts and having to work. So what I do is coach that level of English speaker. So they come to me in Scotland for a week for a holiday, and then I'm beside them. I share that journey with them, and then I take them. We do a little bit of targeted language practice in the morning. So
Okay.
um, you could call it traditional learning in that sense. We use
Mhm.
resource books, we use worksheets. This is my classroom, though. It's really um,
Okay.
right. It's a non-traditional space. I've designed it to feel like a home. I've designed it to feel comfortable. You've got these nice sofas
Wow.
and chairs. We've got coffee and tea. So
Wow.
we relax and we chat and we have conversations, and then I use this time to correct people's English and to coach their English. So it only works in a small group, or it only works with individuals. If I were teaching 20 people or 30 people, like, yeah, classrooms or Zoom would be the format to use. But secondly, I'm of an age that I actually find it really difficult to sit and listen to people in classrooms. And
Oh,
I get restless. And so I'm hoping to attract other people like myself who get restless. So I don't see the point of being somebody in, I don't know, Spain, India, Japan, getting on a plane and coming to Scotland to sit in a classroom to learn
yes.
English. What's the point of that? So, like, we go out and we have adventures. We take like, one of the things I was just writing about on my blog today was the steam train ride. So it's
Mhm.
this amazing train journey that you take a steam train from one part of Scotland to the north through the mountains, and you actually can see the Scottish Islands by the time you arrive at your destination. It's
Okay.
beautiful. Um, and then part of this journey, it's where the Harry Potter movie was filmed. So you go over the viaduct that's in the film, and it's very touristic, but it's really special. It's really the best landscape that Scotland can offer. And,
Mhm.
it's me in my car with my student. We're talking, we're driving, we're sharing a train journey. We're talking about what we can see out the window. We're having conversations. But I'm still coaching them with their English. If they make a mistake, I'll correct them. Um, so for example, another example is we go to a museum in Glasgow. It's called the Burrell Collection.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's a fabulous kind of collection of sort of ancient objects from around the world. And we it's recently been modernized as a museum. So in fact, it's trying to now be um, to sort of tell the story of acquiring the objects as well as just showing off the objects. So there's obviously kind of a lot of history there to discuss with people. There's the objects themselves. And so depending on the student, one of the lessons we do in that museum is either comparatives and superlatives, because it's arranged by theme, so not just by country, but you have, like, kind of, some of them are themed by color, some of them are by material. So it's a real natural place to kind of make comparisons between the objects to say which we prefer. um, and um, and then for maybe more advanced students, we look at the development of the museum and we practice the present perfect, because there's been this big change in the museum, and it's a really great place to just kind of say, look, they have made it more accessible.
Yes.
There have been there are like there have been more people visiting since the museum opened than ever before. Like a lot of the conversation around this is perfect for just practicing the present perfect in context. So in the marketing, if the student needs it, and normally they do, let's be honest, it's difficult. We review the present perfect through the students' own examples, through their life, through their work, through their own projects, kind of here. In my no classroom. And then in the afternoon, we're just out in a museum exploring Scotland and just seeing wonderful things. And it's super visual. It's really visual. I mean, I need to track down the source of the statistic, but when we're learning, and particularly when we're learning language, if we just hear stuff, we remember 10%. If we write it and hear it, we can remember 20 to 50%.
Correct.
But it's visual, it's higher. It's like
visualization, I think we can understand.
Yeah. And then the other beautiful thing about it is, like, I use a lot of drawings to illustrate when I teach. So when the student, like if we're telling a story and I'm drawing a picture to illustrate it, not only does the student understand more, but the student's brain feels like they're understanding all the English, and that's such a confidence builder. It's such a boost. It's not cheating. It's absolutely valid. It's just a lot of language learning is arguing with your brain, and your brain going, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. No,
correct.
Yes. But if
I completely agree, 100%.
I mean, we have these conversations with our students, I'm sure. But when you're telling a visual story and it's illustrated, and I make sure that all the difficult like vocabulary or language is understood at the time through sketching, just really rapid sketching, the people in the room, the person I'm working with has this complete understanding of the conversation. And now, do they remember every word? Not at all. Does that matter? No, because it's impossible. But what it is a really positive way of experiencing English learning.
Wow, it's like amazing, I would say, Ruth. Amazing. Like really, I'm so content.